Welcome back to my channel Kishore Sir Ki Pathshala. So we are doing chapter carbon and its compound for 10 Cbse. So last time we have seen what are the functional groups all about. So today we are going to see a very important topic called as a homologous series. Now you'll see that a homologous series is what, right? So a homologous series is nothing but you'll see a series of compounds will be there, right? With a similar functional group, okay? And what you'll see that this functional groups which is attached to these compounds will impart what? Which will impart a similar chemical properties for the whole of the group as such. Let me give an example for this. Right. Now let us take a family of alcohol. Okay, let's take a family of alcohol. So alcohol, let us take methanol, right? After that, let's take ethanol, okay, right? And then take propanol. Let us take these three first, okay. Now you'll see that, the carbon has got a tetravalency like this. This is the tetravalency of carbon. So what happened in this case is that one of the hydrogen is replaced by this OH group, right? That is the hydroxyl group. That's the functional group what we have seen, okay. Now what will happen in ethanol? You'll see that in case of ethanol, what is happening here? It is like this. So one of the hydrogen is replaced by the OH group. Now this hydroxyl group is the alcohol group that imparts a particular properties, okay, to the compound. And you'll see that the chemical properties of all this methanol, ethanol, propanol will remain the same, okay, are similar in nature. So homologous series is nothing but a series of compound in which the same functional group substitute for hydrogen. Here you see in a carbon chain is called a homologous series, right? Then the presence of the functional group such as alcohol, what it does, it decides the property of the carbon compound, right, regardless of the length of the carbon chain. Okay, whatever length of the carbon chain it is, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon, right? The chemical properties as discussed are very similar. Now, what about the physical property? You'll see that the physical properties vary among the members of homologous series. Why? Why it will vary? The chemical properties are the same. The physical properties varies because there is a difference in the molecular mass between the two compounds as such, right? And the molecular mass differs by what this methylene group, right? That CH2 is there. The successive members differs by the CH2 unit and 14 units of mass. If I take the mass of this CH2 is how much? 12 for carbon, right? And 12 for carbon and this 2 into 1. So that gives me 14 atomic mass unit, right? The chemical properties are imparted by the functional group. Thus, all the members have the similar chemical properties. Okay, but the members have different physical properties, right? The members will have a different physical properties that we need to know. Now, let us see an example of alkane. Okay, so we all know what is alkane. Alkane is nothing but CnH2n, right? Okay, so in alkane, what we see is that, see your methane and ethane is there, okay, methane and ethane. What we see here, see here, C2 minus C1, it is 1 carbon, okay, H6 minus H4, it is how much? 2 carbon. So they differ by a CH2 unit, right? And you'll see that in here ethane and propane, the difference is CH2 unit. Propane and butane, the difference is CH2 unit. Also, you have seen the molecular mass of CH2 we have taken out, right? Molecular mass of CH2. Okay, how much it is? Carbon you see 12 and hydrogen you see 2 into 1. So that comes as 14 atomic mass unit, right? So what we see is that this CH2 unit remains constant and the molecular mass therefore also remains here. 14 atomic mass unit will be there, right? So now what happens is that the difference in the molecular masses will be there between the two compounds here. Therefore, what happens? The physical properties that will vary, okay, gradually. But the chemical properties, because of the functional group attached, okay, by replacing one of the hydrogen, remains constant or similar as such. Now let's see homologous series for alkenes. So we all know that alkenes are nothing but what? It is an unsaturated hydrocarbon, right? Okay, which is having what? Which is having a double covalent bond between these two carbon, right? Double covalent bond, that we need to remember. Alkene, double covalent bond is there. So now if you see here, ethene and propene, okay, and we also know that alkene, the general formula is what? CnH2n. By knowing the general formula, we can easily find out the number of hydrogens attached, right? The number of hydrogen attached, we can easily find out that. Okay, so let's see here, right? See, a propene is how much? C3, and ethene is how much? C2. So 3 minus 2 is 1. 6 minus 4 for hydrogen is 2. So likewise, you will see that butene and propene, pentene and butene, the difference is CH2, that remains the constant. So alkene members also differ by a CH2 group. So all the alkene members will show the similar chemical properties. But you will see that 14 atomic mass unit is the difference, right? Okay, so because of that, what happens? The physical properties are not the same. They change gradually for alkenes. So now let us take another example for homologous series of alcohol, right? So if you see here, the first one is methanol. Methanol, how is the methanol here? That here you see methanol. Here, what has happened here? See, tetravalency of carbon is there. So I put your hydrogen everywhere, and one hydrogen is replaced by this hydroxyl group. So I got this methanol. Likewise, I have got ethanol. Okay. If you see, the difference between ethanol and methanol is nothing but a difference of 1 CH2 unit difference is there. Likewise, you'll see the difference between propanol and ethanol. How much will be the difference? That is again CH2 unit difference. Okay. Now let us try to find out the mass of methanol. Okay. That is the mass of methanol. Molecular mass of methanol is how much. Then we need to do what? Individual atomic masses of carbon. I have put here 12. Then for hydrogen, 3 here is, so 3 into 1. Then oxygen 16 and hydrogen again 1. So how much I got? I got 32 atomic mass unit. Okay. Then molecular mass for ethanol. If I do this, I got 46 atomic mass unit. If I subtract this, okay, molecular mass of ethanol minus molecular mass of methanol. So what I get? I get 14 atomic mass unit, right? Which is the same as that of what? Of this CH2 group. What it proves? It proves that there is a difference of CH2 group, right? Okay, one CH2 unit. One CH2 unit difference is there. Okay, here you see. Even if I do this with what? With propanol and ethanol, the same result I will get. I will get what? 14 atomic mass unit. So 1 unit of CH2 difference is there between them. So two consecutive members differs by the CH2 group and a mass of 14 atomic mass unit. So students, today we have understood what is homologous series is all about, right? So how the chemical properties of a particular series remains the same and how the physical properties gradually change. We have seen the reasons behind that. So kindly like, share and subscribe my channel Kishore Sir Ki Pathshala for more informative videos.